I hope you're getting what I'm saying.
Yes, I am, but can I add on?
I'm not done answering the question.
Sorry. My name is Lynn, and I'm into detergents manufacturing after my day job. So my question is on growth. When do you take that plunge to get premises for the idea of visibility to your customers so that they know more about you? You have a decent premises in different locations. Of course, in the beginning, you'd expect a loss, but how do you then go about it for that transition of taking it small to taking it big? When do you take that plunge? That's my first question.
What's your second?
How do you compete against brands that are known, that can make profit on volumes in minimal figures? If a big company, for example, Gold Star Sugar, they can make 10 cents and easily grow, but we can't compete with that. How do we go about those? Those are my two questions.
All right, so in essence, the first one is talking about the premises, the second one is talking about the competition in the market, and you can't do what the big players are doing, right?
Correct.
Right. So I'm going to start with the one, all of them speak to scaling at the end of the day, right? And I want you to understand that you do not scale a business because you're succeeding. You scale a business because you're failing. So a lot of people think that, yes, now that I'm making this amount of money, then that is when I am then going to this area and open a new branch here and then do this there and then do this because the money is increasing. That's the general ideology, right? You do not scale because you are succeeding. You scale because you're failing. What that means is that within your current model, you can no longer do anything more. But in your model, you haven't met your target yet. Is this making sense? So for example, when it comes to our head coach here, Coach Nathan, he doesn't exist because I'm succeeding. He exists because I'm failing, right? So the idea is to say, you don't scale because you're succeeding. You scale because you're failing. And then the second thing is to say, you don't scale by increasing money. Are you hearing me? Before you think of having a premises of your own, have you spoken to other shops and said, can I use your shop? You're already selling in there. I'm going to put my product, direct customers there, and then when I sell, you get something. And guess what? Now you have a physical location which you can put on a flyer, put on your company profile, but you did not actually rent a single place. So you don't scale because you are succeeding. You scale because you're failing. And when you scale, it doesn't mean that you add additional resources. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now the second question, the problem is you're trying to compete when you're not supposed to be competing with the big players. Are you getting me? Because the competition that you're trying to do is, number one, based on price. You can't do that. And then number two, they're pushing volume so they can afford to reduce the price. You can't do that. Which means already you are trying to compete because in your head and in your understanding, your business is your product. But then we have to ask ourselves that in the price war, I can't win. Why would people, if you sell to businesses, why do they want detergents? Let's answer that question.
For the sake of cleanliness and hygiene.
For the sake of cleanliness and hygiene. Which means that the product that you're selling is not detergents. The product that you're selling is cleanliness and hygiene. So already you shouldn't be selling detergents alone. That's number one. Number two, your marketing prowess has got nothing to do with your price, because in the price war, you've already lost. That means that you have to then show how your product is superior. But you don't show it by telling me, you show me by comparison. Because for as long as you're trying to dance with the big players, when you're not a big player, then you're playing the wrong game. Are we getting this, everybody? So move away from the product, from a product mentality. And when I say your business is not your product, it's your imagination, you have to understand, people don't care about detergents. I always tell people that people don't care about your product. They don't care about you. They care about themselves. So you have to understand the root cause of someone buying a detergent. And that is what you poke on, not the product, all right?
Well understood. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.